How you doing today, guys? Over the summer we had a sugar maple by the road basically split in half, and the state came out and they cut down the sugar maple for us, and I made a video of me moving all the wood away from the road. But today's the day I'm going to go ahead and cut up this log, and it's the base of a sugar maple. I'd have to guess it's about 30 inches in diameter, and I'll hold up my chainsaw and give you guys an idea of the scale. So last night I spent some time sharpening my Stihl 066, which I just picked up about 3 months ago, and my Stihl 046, and both of them are really sharp and ready to go. So what I want to do today is just kind of make a fun video of just cutting up this log, and I've got all my equipment I need to manipulate the log when I cut it, and I've also got all my safety equipment ready. So let's just start the cameras and see where we end up. This is going to be a cold start of a Stihl 066. I haven't run this saw in about 3 weeks, and I'm going to predict it's going to take about 5 pulls for it to cough and then another 2 or 3 to start. Four pulls it coughed. So guys, I got everything cut, and I think it went pretty well, but I gotta admit, I get very nervous cutting these bigger logs because there's a lot of weight there, and that bar can get pinched. Who knows what's gonna happen? And there were a couple times where I did have a little bit of kickback. I mean, kickback is always gonna happen when you're using a chainsaw. Just with an 066 and a 25-inch bar, if it happens, it's gonna be a little more extreme than a smaller saw. So, we did okay, but I guess I wish I had this big log farther away from the log that was on the side here. And I guess I just knew more about cutting bigger logs, tips for cutting bigger logs, but only time will tell. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here and finish my Fig Newtons, and then we'll see if we can cut these pieces up into, manageable pieces and keep moving forward. So these are sugar maple rounds, and this tree was almost completely dead. So it looks like a lot of the wood in here is already pretty dry. I don't know, this will give you some scale as to how big it is. I think before, usually I'll use the saw and I'll noodle the rounds into pieces I can carry, but there's a nice crack right here. I just want to see if I hit it a few times if the thing splits. Usually once you get them to split the first time, it keeps going better from there. Alright, so that's wasted energy. Let me just hit it a few times around the outside, see if one of the outside chunks breaks off. And then if I have no luck from there, we're just going to stand this guy upright and we'll start noodling. That's a good sign. I like to go for the corners that pop out first. That wood is partially rotted. Alright, I'm going to stop myself here because this is just an exercise in frustration when I know a sharp chainsaw will zip through this like nothing. One thing about cutting wood at home as opposed to the forest is I gotta clean this mess up. And you have no idea how much of a mess these logs generate. Okay, we've got a Stihl 046. This saw hasn't run for about a week. We're gonna do a cold start, and again, 5 pulls, it'll cough. Another 2 or 3 pulls, it'll start. Looks like I'm not so good at this game. Check this out, guys. I got this new chain from Oregon. It's called Vanguard. Actually, I didn't get the chain. The chain is what came when I bought my 046. And I don't know if you guys can see or not, but this chain has got some crazy big depth gauges, which are supposed to really prevent kickback. Well, when I'm using this 046 with this Vanguard chain, it just feels like it's gliding over the wood. I mean, it's only half as aggressive as the 066, but it just feels like it's gliding on the wood. And I mean, it was just taking some beautiful noodles. But I really do feel like this Vanguard has, you know, much less opportunity for kickback. It's really, I hate to say I like a low kickback chain, but I really like it because it cuts fast. It's probably only 3/4 the speed of a well-filed full chisel chain, maybe even half if you're really good at filing. But it only takes a certain size bite, and you just don't feel like that saw's, you know, if you hit something, that saw's going to take off. Real nice chain. I don't know if do I want to get this and use it some more or not. You know, the jury's still out. That wood's nice and dry. That'll be ready to burn another month. Sugar maple splits real nice. It's a hard wood, but it's very brittle. So once it dries out a bit, it's really ready to go. See how I've got a log next to my splitting tire? So the big pieces I can put on this log. That's still not going to split. Huh. That one's a little rotted. Alright guys, well this wasn't supposed to be a splitting video, so I'm just going to call it a video here. It's getting a little bit late, but I don't know, I thought you might enjoy watching me cut some of those bigger logs. So thanks for watching folks, and have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.